Senator Barrasso.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. Governor Guerrero, Guam is central to our military power in the Pacific. We know that China understands this and that China has increased their aggression as a result. This includes military exercises near Guam, developing weapons that are capable of reaching the territory. Could you please speak and share with all of us the recent Chinese actions that concern you?
Absolutely. I think the geopolitical situation between China and the U.S. does concern our people. We are very fearful for what could happen if there is a conflict that would occur. We have two major military bases in Guam. We have the Air Force, the Navy, and now just recently activated Camp Bloss, which is a Marine camp. And the Marines are going to be relocated from Okinawa to Guam by 2024, 2025. The presence of that strength of military bases in Guam makes for a target for us. And if there's going to be any Chinese conflict, we feel that we would be the first line of attack, as we were also in Japan, by Japan in World War II. And so that is very concerning to us, Senator. We realize this. We have an average of about 1 or 2 North Korean missile threats to our island, and frequently in the last few years. We do know that there is more Chinese activity. The spy balloon that was shot down passed by Guam. And yes, passed by Guam. We had a briefing from the military. So those are the things that do concern us. And of course, what are we doing to prepare? The military is now going to set up a military defense system in Guam. In fact, I think Admiral Hill is there now as we are speaking. And all this activity to fortify and strengthen military preparedness for national security concerns our people, again, because it does influence, I think, the attack. And that's why, Senator, I am very urgent to build our new hospital. And I'm very urgent to find the financing and the grant to build our hospital. The military naval hospital is there, but their bed capacity right now is 39. And certainly if there is any situation where they are attacked, they would rely on us as the civilians to help back up that military situation. I just want to say that Guam and the military are working very closely together, Senator, to provide for the national security of our nation and more specifically for our people. So any help from the federal government is, I think, an investment in the nation's security. We have daily discussions with Admiral Nicholson. I know Admiral Aquilino very well in the Indo-PACOM. We have a great working relationship, both in interdependence, in healthcare primarily. And so, yes, we are very much concerned about the conflict. We see the Chinese activities within our regions.
In your good answer to this question, you mentioned the Chinese spy balloon, and you said it passed over Guam as well, and that you were briefed on that. Is that as it was passing over, or is it kind of an after the fact, or that they saw it coming? Or you said you had military briefing.
They were briefing our Homeland Security, and as they were passing over.
As it was passing
Yes.
over. Okay, great. Thank you. Just a quick question for the 3 governors from the territories of the Pacific. I mentioned in my opening statement, we're preparing to review the compacts of free association that the administration is currently negotiating. Can you speak just very briefly, because I'm running out of time, on the importance of these agreements to your security?
Very important, these agreements. Compact, COFA citizens impact our island in all aspects, economy, in the safety, in the education, healthcare, and so forth. And as we continue on with this impact, we need to get federal reimbursement to provide the services for everybody. And they are certainly our brothers and sisters, Senator, and we welcome them But I think we need to be able to provide them with the same kinds of services as everyone. And to do that, we would need full reimbursement of our compact impact.
Sure. If I could also hear from American Samoa and Northern Mariana.
Thank you, Senator Barrasso. I think the relationships between the federal and American Samoa in terms of security, the presence of China in the Pacific, we are also in the front line. We're the only one out there. We're 5 hours from Hawaii for any military supports. We don't have militaries in American Samoa, as you know. But we do, that's why I asked for the $700 million. We are looking at also service support and combat service support elements of the infrastructure to build in case something happens out there. We have neighboring islands that are also threatened by the Chinese, and they're looking at American Samoa. What is American Samoa doing? And we're looking here at the federal government. What are we doing? Like Guam, our hospital has been, Army Corps of Engineers been to American Samoa about 4 or 5 years ago. We need a new hospital, and they were told that we recommend to Congress that we should build a new hospital. $700 million was the allocation that the Army Corps has proposed. And that's, we're asking for that, as I mentioned in my opening remarks, in those terms. American Samoa is very fragile with its infrastructure. The rebuilding of it, everything from seawalls, roads, and harbor, and so forth, airports. And then we're asking for all of those in our...
Thank you, Governor. I'm sorry my time is up, but I'd like to hear importance of this compact as well. Governor, thanks.
Thank you. I'm glad that our federal government has finally started to finalize those compact agreements. Personally, I think that we took too long, and that's why I believe that we gave the opportunity for China to start making inroads and begin to influence. You know, I used to work in fisheries, and I saw personally how China fisheries started getting into the region. But to your question, I am glad that we're finally at the home stretch on finalizing the compacts, and also, of course, hope that the compact also takes into consideration the impacts, not just for the Marianas, Northern Marianas and Guam, but also for the state of Hawaii, because you know that is part of the agreement, and we need to quantify the impacts and help Guam, the Northern Marianas, but I'm glad that we have finalized those agreements.
Thank you, Governor. Thank you very much.